Hey guys, so this video is, a reminder to myself and also a source of encouragement to myself and other people who may come across this video who's feeling the same way as I do. I am 5 months into my lock journey, and I kind of find myself getting into a mindset of comparing myself to other people's journeys here on YouTube and even on blogs and stuff, um, especially when they're a few months behind me in their journey and they're already locked, or their hair is looking more like locks than mine are, or those are the two big things for me. They either already look like locks or they're already locked, which is not my experience right now. Like, my hair very much looks like twists, mostly, especially here in the front. There are some fuzzier areas back here, but they pretty much still look like twists. There's no way that somebody is going to mistake my hair as locks. And I guess there are just some things that I need to remind myself. I'm sorry, I've been awake for like 2 hours. You would think my voice would be okay. There are some things that I just have to remind myself because locks are funny. Like, they're not all the same just because not everyone's hair is the same. But also there are just some like general ideas that it's like I just have to remind myself of. For instance, the people that I follow on YouTube or just watch randomly, usually their locks are not as big as mine. Like, mine are not like super thick, but they're not thin either. So smaller locks are going to lock faster from what I understand and from what I've seen. Also, I have a very kinky hair type, and the general premise is that if you choose a lock size that is close to the size of your natural curl pattern, they will lock faster. And I believe that is true because while I was a loose natural, I've done very small mini twists. And following other people's advice, they're like, oh, you can wash a mini twist. I washed them like maybe twice during the month I had them, and they were almost locked. Like, it took a lot of power to take those twists down. And my twists are not as big as my curl pattern. Like, my curls are not the thickness of this. I have 4B, some 4A hair. In the back, I have like 3C or something. So actually, the hair back there is locking faster because they're towards the thickness of the curls back there. So I just had to keep that in mind. I mean, there are people that I subscribe to who have my hair type, but they have smaller locks. So their locks are going to lock faster. They're going to look like locks faster. I just have to look at my notes really quick. Another thing is, a lot of people that I've watched before I started my journey, and even now, they're not starting with hair as long as mine. When I started, my hair was at my armpits. So there's more hair to condense and to lock up, and all of the entire process is going to take longer because I have longer hair versus someone who only has like a couple inches. That process doesn't have to take as long because you don't have as much. So that's another thing I have to keep in mind. It's like, what do you want, longer hair to start off with, or do you want your hair to lock faster? So it's like, this is the situation I'm in, so I just need to remember that and know that I'm okay, I'm going on the right path. And so and then also method. I started with 2-strand twists, and it probably would have been better to start off with interlocking or maybe 3-strand twists, but my fingers get confused with 3-strand twists. And my first set of locks back in March, or was it February? It was like February, March. No, my second set, I'm sorry, my second set of locks. They were started with interlocking. I didn't like the parting. I went to a loctician. The parting was, when we talked about it, and she said triangles, I was like, oh, that'll be really cool. Like, I'll have a really cool grid pattern. But then when it was done, my hair just looked, I just saw too much scalp. And I knew as time went on, the locks would puff up and all that, but there was no way they would puff up big enough to hide all the scalp you could see. Like, I'm just not a fan of scalp. Not on me. On other people, it looks good, but not. I just can't do it on myself. So, and then there was just some other things I just didn't like about that set, so I took them down. But those probably would have been locked by now. And yeah, it's just everyone's journey is different. So to go back to the method thing, I'm sorry. Interlocking, that's gonna probably lock faster. Comb coils are probably going to lock faster. And yes, I just have to keep these things in mind. And to those that are watching that might be in the same situation, all these things might apply to you as well. Just, everyone's trying to lock their hair. It might not happen at the same rate, but it's going to happen eventually. And, you just have to stay positive and to, just keep that goal in mind and not get frustrated or stuck in this mindset of, oh, I wish my hair looked like that, or why isn't my hair doing this at this point in time? And you just have to enjoy it, because before you know it, our hair will be locked and we will probably laugh at how frustrated or sad or whatever we were during our starter lock phase. So yeah, I hope this was helpful to someone. At least it was helpful to myself, but I hope it was helpful to someone else. And yeah, thanks for watching. Bye.